Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today we're gonna make a berry crisp in the air fryer. Now, I know a lot of you are like, why would I wanna do that? Why would I want to make something in my air fryer that can easily be made in my oven? Well, sometimes, and I know this is especially applicable to me, when I'm having people over and my oven is busy and I have, well, forgotten about dessert. I always serve dessert, I know. Sometimes I am like, oh no, what am I gonna make? Well, this recipe is quick throw together and it's in your air fryer in just 20 minutes. It takes 6 ingredients and you guys, it is amazing. In fact, it is so amazing, you may never make it in your oven again. I mean, unless you wanted to make a very large vat of it, which you might wanna do. But in case you just want to make a small portion because you feel like having some berry crisp and you don't want to heat up your house, let's get to this adventure. All right, what you're going to need is 1 can of pie filling. This can be any berry flavor that you want. You could probably use cherry as well, but I'm using raspberry today. Additionally, you will need 1 cup of sugar. You can use white or brown sugar, or a combination of the two. 1/4 of a cup of flour. You can use oat flour for this. 1/4 of a cup of oats, 1/4 of a cup of butter, and 1 to 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. You're also gonna need a pinch of salt. All right, now if you are making this recipe with me, go ahead and heat up your air fryer to 370 for about 5 minutes. And this is only gonna take 5 minutes to throw together. All right, now we need to figure out which vessel we're going to use. You can use a throwaway tin pie plate if it fits into your air fryer. So always check to make sure that everything fits in. So this pie plate fits in very nicely. The door shuts very nicely. This is an 8 3/4 pie plate, so it fits in very, very well, shuts very well. So this is an acceptable vessel. You can also use the small enameled cast iron from Pampered Chef. Just know when you put it in, it needs to kind of go in at an angle. So be careful when you put it in. Make sure if it's already preheated, you're using the gloves so that when you touch the sides, you don't get burned. Because this, let me show you, you cannot put it in straight. It doesn't, I mean, I guess it kind of works, kind of, sort of, but it really does get stuck. Maybe if you took this out. No, I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't want it to get stuck in there. That would be so sad. So you'd have to put it in kind of at like an angle. You can also use the modular pan from Pampered Chef, the very small one. I have done that one with regular flour today so that you can see the difference. But today, for this recipe, we are going to use oat flour because I want to make this gluten-free. Because this one, I'm going to choose this pan because I can give it away. Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna wanna do is not that. You're gonna want to spray your cooking vessel with some nonstick spray. Alternately, you could line it with parchment paper. It just makes cleanup way easier. And when you do it like in this, it'll just make it come out a little easier. It's not a required step, it's just something I do. Especially, I mean, you didn't have to do it for this because easy cleanup, it doesn't matter. You're gonna throw it away, but if you weren't gonna throw it away, spray it in there. Next, we are gonna take our whole can of pie filling. Now, alternately, you could make your own filling for this. Just use some fresh berries, some sugar, a little bit of cornstarch, mix it all together and pop it in your pie tin. But I always have raspberry pie filling in my cupboard, so I always use that. I mean, you guys have seen several raspberry pie filling recipes on this channel. The raspberry bars, oh my gosh, the raspberry streusel bars were so good. So as you can see, the berries from this can fit right in the bottom of this tin very nicely, and that's all we're gonna do. So next, let's focus on the filling. Now, I absolutely hate getting my hands full of butter. I'll do it on occasion, but normally when I am making streusel for any purpose, I use my food processor because it just makes it so nicely. So I'm gonna make it in my food processor. But you guys at home, you can just use your fingers and kind of smush your cold butter together with all of your ingredients and make it all crumbly, and you can do that. I promise it's fine. However, why do the work when this can do the work for me? I'm all about the easy. So I also mentioned that you could do a combination of brown sugar and white sugar. That is absolutely 100% correct. Do half brown sugar, half white sugar, or all white sugar, or all brown sugar. If you like that molasses flavor, totally do all brown sugar. It's delicious. It's kind of caramely, and oh, it's so good. But we're just going to use white sugar for today's recipe. Next, we are going to use the oat flour. The other recipe that I have that I will show you, I used regular flour, and you'll see there is no difference. It all sets up the same. Then we're going to put in a pinch of salt and then our butter. Now my butter is very cold. It's important that it's cold because otherwise it will just melt and clump up, because this goes really, really quick. I'll show you. You'll also notice that I did not put in my reserved oats yet, and that's because I want the oats to remain whole. And for those of you wondering, I did process my own oat flour with this machine. It just took about 1.5 minutes, and then I had my own oat flour just using regular gluten-free oats. So another reason to get a food processor. Okay, we're gonna turn it on, and then we're just going to pulse it. Where's the pulse button? Here it is. We're gonna pulse it a couple times until it comes together in a nice little, ooh, I forgot the cinnamon. Hold on, don't forget your cinnamon. I'm just gonna put in like a teaspoon. I said 1 to 2 teaspoons. I'll just put a teaspoon to start with, and then we'll see how it goes from there. You could alternately just sprinkle it over the top, and you don't have to put it in at all. I just like that cinnamon flavor with the berries. Okay, we're gonna pulse it a couple times and make this into streusel. Okay, done. That's it. That's why I like using the food processor. It's bar none the easiest thing ever. And you know, during the holiday season, I know it's not the holiday season anymore, but during the holiday season, I actually make streusel and just keep it in my refrigerator. Let me show you. So here is some streusel I have pre-made that kind of just sits in my refrigerator until I'm ready to throw something together. So this is the leftover streusel from the holiday season because it's just January. It's fine. And it just has butter and salt and sugar and flour in it. This one is all flour. So that's what I do, and I just keep it in there, and then I throw it on the top of berries all the time and make crisp. It's just something I do. I don't know. All right, so now that our streusel is complete, I will get it into this bowl. That is perfect. Now we are going to add in our oats, and we're going to give this a little stir or a mix. At this point, you can decide if you think you need more cinnamon. And how do you know if you need more cinnamon or not? Just taste it. Oh, so good. All right, last step. If you haven't preheated your air fryer, make sure you do it. I'm not gonna do it because it's kind of loud, but I will do it before I get it in. All right, so we're gonna take this streusel and we are just going to sprinkle it all over the top. And this is what makes the crisp on the outside. Now, this makes a whole bunch. Do you put it all on? Well, that's up to you. You do you. We like kind of a heavy crust, so you could use half as much topping as I just did, and it would be just fine. But we enjoy that crust almost as much as we enjoy the berries. So you do you, but there you go. The berry crisp is ready to go in the air fryer. So let me just preheat this real quick. Okay, it's all preheated, so let's go ahead and get this in right on the bottom. And we are gonna go custom for 20 minutes at 370. You definitely want to check it at 15 minutes and see if it's brown enough for you. If it is not brown enough for you, continue cooking for 5 and then you should be golden. All right, it's done. Let's check it out. Oh my goodness, look at that. Now, you could just eat it hot, piping hot, but this sugar in here is molten. So be sure you let it cool a little bit. So this is the other one that I made earlier today, and it's cool to the touch now, so I'm gonna try that one for you. But look how awesome it looks. As you can tell, there is nearly no difference between the oat flour one and the regular flour one. They look identical and they taste, well, one tastes like oat flour and one tastes like regular flour. Now, before I dish it up, I'm gonna make myself a little bit of whipped cream. I only have a little bit left. Oh no. Is there gonna even be enough? The travesty. So I'll just make a little. There's barely enough for one serving. It's fine. All right, let's check out what we got here. So I'm just gonna take from this side over here. Oh, it's so beautiful. I just love it. Here we go. Look. Oh my, look at that. That looks so fantastic. I could literally eat this whole pan. Look at how delicious that looks. All right, time to taste this and let you know what I think. I already know it's good. The crunchy topping and the soft berries is so good. So good, should be illegal. The tartness of the raspberries and the sugary, crispy top is so good. It's such a good combination. And you saw it, it was so easy to do in your air fryer, or you could even make this whole recipe in your oven. It would just take a lot longer to cook because in the air fryer, it takes about half the time. So there you have it. Air fryer berry crisp. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and I'm always looking for the next adventure. So if you've got one for me, leave it in the comments below. Right now, I'm asking people to comment where they're from, and if you have a regional dish that is kind of specific to your area, because I would like to try them in 2023. So if you have a regional dish that you love and you want to see me try, leave it in the comments. Otherwise, you guys, I will see you on the next adventure. Bye.